Hey guys, it is Kat, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that has changed in my life. It's a really big thing, and you already know what it is by the title, but I'm going to sort of not get like super into detail, but I am going to explain what has pretty much been going on in my life for the last 5 or 6 months and what led to this point. And honestly, I know I look like crap right now and I don't care, because this isn't like a fun video. This isn't like a hair video or anything like that, and I don't even really care that the lighting's bad. Honestly, I just want to get this on here because y'all might have noticed that it's been taking me a while to get any videos up, when for a while I was uploading very consistently Wednesdays, Saturdays. I was doing a really good job and I was really enjoying it. So I don't have anything written down, just because if I had written something down, this would have ended up coming out scripted. So I will probably forget things and leave things out, but that's fine, because I would rather leave something out than to have this sound like I'm reading straight out of a book, or that I'm trying to make it sound better than it is or worse than it is or whatever. So let's go back to May of this year. Let's go back to before May for a minute. My life was pretty fine. Like, I was content. I loved having my family together and I didn't want anything else. I liked having James here and, you know, taking the kids places together and just being together. I really did. So this is so hard to talk about without going too much into detail, because I really don't want to like talk about everything, at least not right now, maybe down the road. But in May I started having severe anxiety. Like, I'm not talking about just having a panic attack or just feeling anxious all day. I'm talking about missing work one day when I've worked at my job for about 3.5 years. I've only ever called in twice before this, and I woke up one day, looked in the mirror, and literally did not even feel like it was me. Like, I felt like I was not existing. Like, everything around me was happening, but it wasn't my life, or it's like I was looking at it through a television screen, sort of. Like, that is called dissociation. And not only was I experiencing dissociation, but on top of it, I was also having bad panic attacks where I literally, my heart was pounding out of my chest, and I just felt like I was dying. And I don't know how, but I managed to get the kids in the car and I drove to my dad's house. And literally, I remember, just because he doesn't have a lot of furniture or whatever, so basically I just laid on a blanket on the ground and just shook and felt like I was losing my mind. And like, I wish I could literally just fall asleep, or someone could just literally admit me and just make me feel like I wasn't going crazy. And if you guys don't struggle with anxiety, then probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you. But it didn't make a lot of sense to me either, even though I do have bad anxiety and have had bad anxiety for my whole life. I've never experienced that, and it was the scariest day of my life, because I felt like I was dying, but I also kind of didn't care if I did. I've never had suicidal thoughts. That's not something that I've ever gotten to that point of, just because I don't know why, but I've just always been able to tell myself, like, it's going to get better. Even though it's awful right now, it will get better, and you love life. And especially having 2 kids, I love my life way too much to ever, you know, think about ending it. So it wasn't suicidal thoughts. It was literally just like, if I do die, like if for some reason I'm just like dying right now, and I do, at least this will stop and I won't feel like I'm going crazy. I didn't completely understand it at the time why I was feeling that way. I do understand it now. And it's because there's just one day, and I can't tell you why. I really can't tell you why. If I could tell you why, I would change it. And I woke up, it was like the middle of the day, and I realized that I could not spend the rest of my life with him. I don't know how to explain it. I just knew that it wasn't the path that my life needed to take, and it was so overwhelming. Just at the time, thinking about leaving him, it really did hurt me because I did love him and just wasn't, I guess you could say, in love. And so the thought of leaving that comfortable place of being a family and having him come home every night and having someone to lay next to and someone to talk to every single day about everything, and thinking about hurting him and thinking about him being with someone else and thinking about doing this to the kids, it's like I would be the one to break up our family because it was my decision. And thinking about even the little things like, where are we going to live? Like, we can't afford to live in 2 different places. So what the heck are we going to do? Like, are we going to still live together but not be together? When is he going to get the kids? When am I going to get the kids? I don't want to share my kids. Even stupid things as little as, I'm going to have to take the pictures down of us, and I love the way that I decorated, and I'm going to have to watch him pack and leave, and literally everything. It was so overwhelming that it's almost, the best way I can explain it is, it's almost like I had PTSD before it even happened. Like, people just experience dissociation. A lot of people who have maybe been in the military and have seen things, and your brain tries to protect you from those memories. So instead of making you feel depressed, for some people, it makes everything numb. You're not happy, you're not sad, you can't cry, you can't laugh. Everything just feels hazy, and that's exactly what my brain was doing, because it was trying to protect me from, I guess, from just the toll that worry and fear of splitting up my family was taking on my body. I would wake up and my stomach would hurt so bad that, like, I would throw up, and I'm pretty sure I literally gave myself an ulcer, because even after I went to the doctor and I ended up getting on antidepressants, and they helped so much, which is a whole nother video I'm probably going to talk about. But anyways, even after I got on them and I was starting to feel more myself again, I had so much pain in my stomach, and it shouldn't have been there because I was starting to feel more myself, which made me super happy. But anyways, I'm sort of jumping ahead. So I ended up getting on antidepressants, and I had talked to him about the way I felt, and we almost broke up then in May. But at that time, I still was like, what am I doing? What if this isn't right? What if he leaves and then I want my family back and it's too late? And so I told him, let's just try. And I told him a lot of the things that had been bothering me anyways in our relationship, because everybody has struggles. And so I told him, basically, I was more open than I've ever been with him, and so we tried, and everything felt fine. Like I said, I started slowly feeling more and more myself until finally the bulk of the anxiety was gone, and I was so happy that I was feeling at least content again, that I was fine with staying in the relationship, just for the whole doing things as a family and not splitting us up for the kids and not hurting him, you know. So I stayed, and even though in the back of my mind I still felt guilty, and I still felt like it was inevitable what was going to happen. As good as an actress as I may think I am, he saw right through me. I started having bad anxiety again in October when I started thinking about everything again and thinking about leaving seriously. And I'm telling you, the only way that I could pull myself out of that place that I was going was literally to sit and film a video or edit a video. That's why in my giveaway video I told you guys, YouTube seriously helped me so much, because I did not want to slip back into that super dark place where I felt like just so scared. So, and I did a couple times in the beginning of October, and then I would start editing and I would say like, you're not just gonna sit here and do nothing and let yourself feel this way. So I would start editing and it would go away and I was able to sleep. But okay, anyways, so I was at work one morning and he texted me and he said, "Do you love me?" And I literally just decided in that moment that regardless of the outcome, like if we broke up that day or whatever happened, I could not lie to him and I couldn't like drag the situation on any longer when I knew I had to end it, and I knew that that's the only way that I would stop feeling so scared and anxious all the time and depressed. So I texted him back and I said that I did love him, but not the way that I needed to love him to basically be fair to him. And kind of just went from there, and we basically did end up breaking up that day, and we almost kind of went through another breakup a few days later because we sort of tried again just for a few days, tried going to church. And even though I mean, I don't know what I thought that would change, but it's just something that was important to me that I hadn't done in years. And so he went with me and it was really good, but there's no way to change the way you feel, and you should never feel bad for feeling the way you feel. So yeah, you cannot control the way you feel, and you can't change the way you feel as badly as you may want to. And as much as I begged God back in May and was like, why is this happening? Why am I suddenly being hit with this? And just after 6.5 years, why am I suddenly right now like, I cannot do this anymore, physically and mentally cannot do it. So we broke up a couple weeks ago, and for the time being he is staying with a friend, a work friend, just because we literally, well obviously it just is not going to work with him staying here right now, like for his sake. And I'll get into that a bit in a minute about how I'm feeling and versus how he's feeling, because there's a drastic difference. But he's staying with a friend on the weekdays, and then on the weekends he's coming back here and seeing the kids. And the only reason he's not seeing them throughout the week is because it's an hour away where he's staying, and he doesn't get off of work till 4, 5, or 6 o'clock, and there's just no way he could drive here, see them for an hour, and then drive back. It would be pointless. So he's saving up his money, hopefully only a couple more weeks, and then he'll be able to get his own place close to us, because I know it's hard on him. Like, I know it's awful to not only have your relationship ended sort of almost seemingly out of the blue, but to also go from spending every night in a home with your family to just sleeping on a couch and not seeing your kids. And I wish I could change that, and I wish he was able to be closer so he could see them more right now, but like I said, it will change in a couple of weeks. So it's kind of like sacrificing a couple of weeks so that he can be close to us forever, so he can see them all the time. So as far as feelings go, and I feel like I'm gonna get super judged by this, but like I said, you can't control the way you feel, and I really believe that. So I feel fine. I'm not sad. I actually feel relieved and honestly really happy. And I know that sounds so bad, but my grieving process was from May to October. Thinking about that every day of, if I end this, what is it gonna be like? And so I've already gone through it. I've already had all the emotions, all the breakdowns, all the pain. Like, I had it for 5 or 6 months, and after, now that he's gone, I just feel okay. Like, I just know that it's what I needed to do. And as far as he goes, I know I hurt him super bad, and I really want him to find somebody that loves him the way that he needs to be loved, because he deserves it, because he's literally not a bad person, and I have nothing bad to say about him in this video. This isn't a video like that. He did nothing wrong. It's just something that clicked in my head, and I just knew that it's this decision I had to make for my life, regardless of who else it affected, because you have to make yourself happy to make other people happy. So he's having a really hard time with it, and I feel like I've like destroyed his self-confidence, and that was not my intentions. And he works hard. He doesn't like party. He doesn't like talk to anybody else. I would never have worried about that. So like, he's gonna find somebody, and I hope he finds somebody who deserves him, because he is a very hard worker and a very trustworthy person, but it just is not me. And it sucks that we had to bring the kids into it, but I don't regret any of it, and he might, I don't know, but I love my kids, and he's not a bad dad for them to have. So I don't regret them coming into the world, and I don't regret having them with him. It's what was meant to happen for me, from my life, and I just feel okay. I just feel happy right now, and I feel like I probably should have done this back in May, because by now he would have probably healed a bit more, but I couldn't because I wasn't ready, and nobody can change your mind until you're ready to actually make that step yourself. It doesn't matter how bad you want to do it. You have to pretty much, I'm trying not to cry because I'm not, nope, I told you, I do feel good. It's just super overwhelming to actually like say it out, like talk about it. But, what was I saying? Yeah, no matter how much you want to do something, you can't do it until you let go of the fear of what's going to happen, and just know that everything's going to be okay. And everything is okay, and it's better, a lot better for me. I know it's hard for him right now, but he is going to be okay, and the kids are going to be okay. And it sucks they have to grow up in a split home, but it wouldn't have been good for them to see me miserable because I was living a life that I didn't want to live. So again, I'm sort of scared of the judgments people are going to say. Like, when I posted about it on my Instagram, people, they were saying like, love isn't like a feeling or whatever, it's something you have to work at, and blah blah blah, which I totally get. That the beginning of a relationship is normally like all butterflies and happy, and then it changes into something deeper, and you do have to work at it. But for me, I never experienced as deep of a level of love that I needed to, and it's my fault for kind of, I don't want to say settling, because that sounds like that I feel like I wasted my time, but it's just, I was happy and I was content with having something solid and having a little family. So it is what it is. I'm a single mom, and I'm a happy single mom, and I still have so many goals for my life, and I still want to get married someday, but it's just not going to be exactly the way that I planned it out when I was little, and that's fine, because nobody's life goes exactly the way you planned it. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling at this point, and again, I don't know if I left anything out, but at least it was raw and real and the honest truth. And I just wanted to let you all know, because there's a lot of you that have been watching my videos since I posted my very first video when I was like 5 weeks pregnant with Serenity, and a lot of you probably won't understand, and that's fine. But all I know is I'm happy, and he's gonna be okay, and the kids are gonna be okay, and this is what I needed to be able to stop having panic attacks every day, and to be so scared, because I'm not scared anymore, and I'm super independent now, and I literally did not used to be this independent. And so I am where I am, and he is where he is, and yeah, that's that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being supportive of everything, and I will probably give some kind of an update at some point on what the heck is going on with our lives, because like the whole living situation is probably going to change eventually. So yeah, this is my update, and I will see you next time for hopefully a more fun video. Bye guys.